Oh, let's try that. Is it working now? I think the microphone was off and I see it moving now. So is that better? Let me know to make sure that I am coming up. Da, 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 da. And there's a slight delay from where you guys, okay, Janelle says yes. So welcome, welcome. We have the everyday, so you missed some of that sound, so we're gonna go back just a little bit. I have the everyday you and me workshop kit today. So we make 6 alternatives, scrapbook pages, and we make 5 cards. So I've got lots for you guys today, and this is such a pretty set. So the everyday, I'll flip the camera around here, the everyday you and me kit comes like this. These are the 6 different layouts that they have for you. Sorry, you guys, it's in the plastic, so you got a little bit of a glare. And it comes with DSP stickers. I'll show you. So we got some different DSPs, a couple of pieces that are different than, you know, the regular DSP packs. And I think I took out, my yellow ones already. Okay, so anyways, so it comes with that. And then it comes with this, it's like chipboard in gray granite. So these would just pop on out. And then I have piles everywhere, sorry guys. It also comes with 2-tone DSP. This is like a big frame in here, so this pops out, and we're gonna use both pieces. Comes with some more pop-out pieces, so all of these pop out, so it's like the ephemera pack. And this sticker sheet, but look at, I love this color combination. What do you guys think of the color combination? It looks like I'm missing 2 papers. I'm just trying to make sure that I didn't pull them out with some of my other piles here. Oh, here they are. Okay. Phew, we're good. Okay, so this kit is available. It's a $75 order. It's a product-based class. So with that, you either need to have this class kit already, or you can add it to your order, and then whatever else you need to fill in, whether you need dimensionals or any of this, you know, extras to go with it. Or I gotta show you guys, there is a beautiful stamp set and dies that coordinate with it. And this is available in the scrapbook brochure. So the scrapbook brochure is online only. It is not a printed copy. So here's the everyday you and me stamp set, and then here are the dies that go with it. So really, really pretty. So even if you don't like scrapbooking, this is a great stamp set to make cards with. So that is the stamp set and bundle, I should say the bundle that goes with this workshop. So the workshop, I'm gonna flip you guys around again. So you've got the workshop. You've got DSP that you can get in a pack. You have DSP that you can get with a sticker sheet. And then you have the stamp set and dies. So you can pick whatever you want to work for you, but this DSP is gorgeous. And I know a lot of people say, oh, I'm not a fan of wild wheat, but let me tell you, this color combination will make you fall in love with wild wheat. Okay, so I have a little container here, and that's where I'm going to put all my little punched out pieces as we go along. And these are the 5 cards we'll be making tonight. So here's our 5 cards, okay? And I'll quick give you a peek at all of the scrapbook layouts. Angelique, you need this kit too? Guess who just got this kit? Carmen did, your partner in crime. So we have this one, this, look how pretty all this is. Hard to get a whole 12 by 12 in here. This one and this one. Okay, now, so this kit will be available to order. I'm going to give it a 2-week ordering window just because we have on stage next week, so I will not be available next week, Wednesday through Sunday. I'll be back for 2 days and then I will be gone again because my kids have robotics competitions. So I will not get to cutting these kits until the end of the month. So you have 2 weeks to get your orders in. Like I said, $75 order. My current host code can be found on my Facebook page. I forgot my little sheet today, at Glitter and Ink with Gina. Angelique, sign you up. Will do. So if you guys have questions about that, reach out to me. And then I also wanted to just show you one more class I have. I did this class on Wednesday, and this class is available to order yet. I'm keeping it open for the next 2 weeks just because I will be gone. But those of you who already put your orders in for this, I actually have your kits all cut already, so they're ready to get shipped out. Hopefully I'll get everything shipped out before I leave for onstage. So here are these 4 cards, and this is using the online exclusive Thankful Garden. This class is 22, and the set comes with masks, so that's what we focus on. We used the masks in this, and we did using a blending brush, and we did use our blends for one of the cards too. So this kit is also available. So let me know if you'd like any of these kits, but for now, let's get stamping. I think I'm going to work with the scrapbook pages first tonight, just because they're all right here. So you're going to bring in a piece of Pretty Peacock. So this is the two-tone DSP. So there's a light side and a dark side. So you can see that a little bit on the screen. I'm going to use the light side, and you're going to need to cut your DSP for all of this once you get your kit, and that'll come in your instructions. Angelique, I believe you are signed up for that card class, but I will let you know. So we're going to have, just trying to make sure I'm in here. Let's see if I can find my pieces. I think I have them in order. I always try to, but you put them in a big bag and sometimes they get lost. So when you order a kit from me and you place that order, you also get additional stuff from me. So you will get all the cardstock, you will get gems, you'll get a sheet of butterflies. Who doesn't love butterflies? You'll get ribbon, anything extra that's not included in the kit. I create another kit for you that includes all of the extra pieces to complete. Okay, so we have 8 squares here, and we're going to make them into diamonds. And I'm just alternating them like so. Actually, I don't need one there. Oh, this is what I did. There we go. I gotta see what I did. So basically, I'm gonna leave a slight border up on the top, and these are pretty much gonna touch each other. So from peak to peak, and then just make sure your borders are the same going all the way around. So I need to shift everything slightly to my left, to the left, to the left. No, I won't sing for you guys, I promise. I'll save that for when we're on stage and I can annoy all of you. Just kidding, I won't do that. Angelique, are you packed and ready to go? Karen, are you ready to go? Okay, and once you get these on here, the way that, where you want them, you're gonna glue them down. So all I do is I just lift them up a little bit, keeping them in that spot, and I stick a dot of glue underneath. I hear a kitty over there bouncing back and forth. And the nice thing about this DSP, it doesn't matter which direction your DSP is going, so you don't have to worry about it looking weird. Angelique, you started packing today and finishing pillow gifts up. Okay, well, I haven't done anything, I'll be honest. I figure I have to get my March classes all set up. I've got mailings to do, so anyone who has ordered the B kit, that is getting done this weekend. My order just came. And so those cards are going to be ready to go. I had a couple orders for this kit already. Those are ready to go. And like I said, those who ordered the technique class already, those are ready to go. Angelique, let me ask you. Oh, Angelique, yours is still in the box. That's Karen is all set and ready to go. I feel better. Yours is still in the box that it came in. Pillow gifts. It's just something fun that we do. You don't have to. It's totally optional, but it's just a fun thing to do where you make, you know, let's say a snack or something like that, and you wrap it up in a box or whatever you want, or some people put post-it notes or just a little something. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant or anything like that, but it's just a fun little thing that we like to do when we go to these events, is create a little pillow gift. I know some people put candy and put them in a little box. Some do granola bars. Like I said, some do post-its. Some will put little chapsticks or hand lotions. So just something fun that we like to do. And it's always fun to see because it's almost like doing a big old swap, but kind of in a 3D version. So that's a lot of fun. Okay, so we're gonna have a 5x7 photo. So we got this piece of gray granite here. So the colors we're pretty much using are gray granite, pretty peacock, Lost Lagoon, and wild wheat for this. And I'm going to put it up so that it just covers these two up here. I'm going to leave this blank because I'm going to put, we have a banner that we're going to put there. Okay, and that is one of the stickers. So we've got this sticker here. It says you and me. And I have a piece of wild wheat. And that is going to go in the center of this. like so. And then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to just snip the ends to match the ends of my sticker. You could use your trimmer, and note that your ends don't show a whole lot because you're going to put some flowers on the end. And I'm going to show you guys something really cool to do with your flowers. Okay, so I'm going to pop this up. So does anyone have any big plans this weekend? As you guys can guess, I will be cutting kits and doing pillow gifts and packing. I have to do a little shopping to go on this trip. I have a few things that I need to pick up. And so you're just going to center this on the bottom of your thing here. And then my daughter has an all-day orchestra event. It's a all schools 5th through 12th grade orchestra concert Sunday. So we'll be busy this weekend. Okay, so for my flowers here, these are the die cut flowers from the dies. And what you can see, I don't know if you guys can see this, but I kind of have, it looks like it's ripped. This one is ripped, but that's okay, it doesn't matter. I'm a little bit out of screen, sorry. I was trying to get you guys to see, there's a little bit of texture to this, and I believe they call this a suede technique. So all you have to do, so I did this with all my flowers ahead of time, because it does just take a little bit of time, and I didn't want to spend all night doing this because we've got a lot to get done. So you're going to use your bone folder, and this is a circle that we're going to use on another card, and all you're going to do is you're going to break up the fibers on your piece of paper. So you're going to take your bone folder and like curl your edges. You're just going to kind of go around like this. Then you're going to flip it over and do it again. So you're going to do it on both sides of your paper. And this is breaking up the fibers in your paper. And sometimes it'll come apart all on its own. At least, I shouldn't say, it doesn't come completely apart all on its own. But you can see there's a little lifted edge. Take that edge, and you kind of do need a little bit of nails to do this, but not a lot. So once I get that edge peeled, all you have to do is gently break apart. So now you have two circles, but it has this, the texture of suede on it. So that's what I did with our flowers. Sometimes it's hard because if you don't have this stamp set, granted, you can use any flowers that you have at home, but it's also kind of nice to use, let's say you didn't have these colors at home. So I die cut all these, and you'll have to go through and tear them apart like this. I forget where I was going. I'll get back there. Lost my train of thought. I got talking and lost my train of thought. So then what I'm going to do, so I did that. I've got wheat, lagoon, and I don't need this one yet, so I'm going to put that one aside. Okay, so we have lagoon. I find all my pieces here. So you use 3 flowers. You can use 2 flowers. You could use 1 flower. And what I'm going to do is, with my ink pad, I want to give my flowers a little bit of definition. So let's say here is my flower. Okay, I want to just show you guys this. Here's the flower. It looks fine. It looks great like that. But we're going to ink up the edges. And just look how much it lets these, I guess we'll call them, here are the layers of petals. Just kind of lets those layers pop just a little bit. So this is optional. You don't have to do this with your kit, but it just gives your flowers a little bit more dimension. And all I'm doing, you could take your blending brush, you could use a sponge, you could use whatever. I'm just taking the edge and I'm dipping it in the ink, kind of rolling it and dipping it. I'm not looking for perfection. And I feel like this suede look with these flowers gives it kind of just a little bit of rustic feel to the flowers. Totally optional, but just a fun, different technique. I haven't done this technique in forever. So I'm just using the same color of ink pad as my cardstock. So just dipping it in there. And then all you have to do is use a little liquid glue. And I say liquid glue versus glue dots. I originally did glue dots, but I think with the fuzzy texture of the paper, the glue dots don't keep it adhered very well. And there's no rhyme or reason as to, I'm not matching these up. I am just putting one on top of the other. I'm not looking for my circles to be, or my flowers to be in a certain direction. I'm okay with my petals maybe being thicker on one side and thinner on the other. And then one other thing that you can do if you want, I just take and I crumple it up. And it just gives some nice texture. I like to add texture to my pages. Otherwise they seem kind of boring. Okay, probably should have done this ahead of time, but I wasn't on the ball. Imagine that, guys. But all of these pop out. Now, you can leave them as they are. You'll see me, I'll Wink-a-Stella some of these up. And some of them I'll leave plain. But you can also color these. If you wanted these, let's say, you could use gray granite over the top. You could use wild wheat over the top, and it'll give it a little bit more golden tone. You could make these peacock. You could just remember it's not going to be exactly the same because you have this brown undertone, so you're not going to get a true peacock color, but you can do that with all of these. Look at these. Aren't those beautiful? So I think I should probably just pop out the ones I need. I'll spare you guys watching me do this. So I've got this piece that'll go over here. Oh, and what did I use over here? Oh, I use this one. Hello, Mary. Welcome. Okay. Da, da, da. And then in our sheet here, you have these two little flowers. We're just going to pop them out. I'm going to use those. Okay. For dimensionals, hello, Polly. Looks like we're going to have some nice weather in Raleigh when we come. Oh, I forgot to add ribbon. Da, 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 da. So what I did is I took a little bit, let's see if I can pull these up. This is what I do a lot. I end up having to pull things up because I forget to do things. I get ahead of myself. Okay, so I'm just going to take a little piece of ribbon like this. angle my ends. Bring in my tear tape. I don't know if you guys saw that. So I have this piece right here. I folded it in half. Like so. And I'll do that on the other side also. I probably don't even need to use that much ribbon, but I did. Okay. So just fold it in half, like so. I'm just going to put, I picked up some paper when I pulled that off, so I'm just going to put a little bit of liquid glue there. And then we'll there we go. Now we're ready to go. I'm just going to use my liquid glue again. You could use glue dots with these also. And I did find, and maybe it's just me, I feel like one side is slightly darker than the other. Oh, you know what else I forgot to do? We're gonna skip it, but I took one of these stickers. I took this sticker here and I cut off the honey wheat part of it, because this is actually one long sticker. So I just stuck this in my trimmer and I cut that piece off, and I just used this. And I just laid a strip of it going all the way across. Totally optional. You guys could play a game when I do this stuff. I spy what Gina forgot. Or when I'm sitting here at the desk and I'm looking for something that's right in front of me. So this one's gonna go over here. We're gonna add a little bit of Stella. Because I believe everything's better with a little bit of Stella. So flower 1 and flower 2. And the nice thing that Stampin' Up! Does is on the back of these, I just put the, I don't know if you guys can tell, but you'll see there's writing on the back. So they do say on the back, if you want to copy it the way Stampin' Up! Intended it for, what project it goes to. On the back of them. So I'm just tucking that in right there. Now, how many of you have been starting to use these kits? Anyone been playing with these kits? I'm very excited to see what they come out with in the next catalog. That is for sure. Okay, and then I thought that these antique pearls would go perfect with this set. They're just kind of a softer pearl. A little iridescent to it, but it has that golden hue to it. So I think it works out really well. It picks up that golden wheat color. Okay, so we've added our flowers. Then you're going to have a piece of wild wheat. And in your sticker sheet, they have all of these cool little sentiments. You could use them for cards, or we're going to use them on our pages. So I am taking together, we have it all, you and me. I thought that all coordinated really well. And I am actually going to just angle my ends slightly. Sorry, you guys probably hearing my phone vibrate on the other end. And then I'll place this like that, and then I'll trim these ends also to match. And of course, we pop it up. Now, it is completely up to you whether you like to pop things up on your scrapbook pages or not. I know some people do, some people don't. I know it adds bulk in your pages, but I also believe it gives dimension and is what keeps, kind of brings your pages to life just a little bit. And then they have these cute little hearts in here. All right, I take one of these hearts out of our chipboard. And just put that up here. Oops. The sticky didn't come off with it. So we're gonna have this one here and that one there, and that's it for page number 1. But isn't that so pretty? I just really, really love this color combination. It's a really pretty color combination. Okay. Page number 2. You're gonna need another piece of Pretty Peacock. So there are, I believe, 4 sheets of Pretty Peacock two-tone. 5 sheets, sorry. 5 sheets of Pretty Peacock and 1 sheet of Lost Lagoon. I'm using the light side. Okay, so what you're gonna do, so how you get this page right here, you're gonna take a piece of, I need an extra long cupboard to lay all of this out on when I do this. So you're gonna take your 12 by 12. I don't need this to be perfectly straight because it does not fit in a trimmer that I own at home. So all I do is I take and I match up my ends and I fold this in half so it turns out to be a triangle, okay? And once I've done that, I take my bone folder and go back and forth, and I just make sure that all of my lines are matched up. Then I just take my scissors and cut along the line. That's all I do to cut this DSP in half like this. And this is the other piece to this, so I didn't want to tear up another sheet of Pretty DSP. You know how that is? This DSP is precious. So I'll line it up here on the edges. There we go. We got 2 4x6 mats. So for those of you who are demonstrators and going to on stage, what sets did you use for your swap cards? Anyone doing swaps, and what stamp sets did you choose to do your swap cards? So I'm going to place one higher and one lower. Whoops. See, I got ahead of myself again. Back up a little bit. Those stickers that we have. I'm going to use this sticker right here. Now this is one big sticker. I only want the light portion. So I'm going to go through and trim this off. I think I have this down on another layout. So we'll set this aside. And I love, when they first originally came out with these kits, they did not make these strips. Oops, my mat got stuck to the trimmer. This is what happens on live TV, you guys. This is real deal. We all have things that happen at home when we're stamping, whether we stick our fingers in ink and put it on our paper. You get the real me here. Okay, so you're going to take that strip and you're going to cut it about in half. Doesn't need to be exact. And because my line may not be perfect, I thought it would be nice to cover up my line just a little bit. So you're going to go off of your paper just slightly because this is on an angle like this, and you're just going to flip it over and cut off the extra. But like I was saying before, previously these strips were more like 11 or 11 and a half inches, so they didn't go up and down the whole page. So if you wanted a whole stripe, it didn't quite fit. And granted, this does not fit either, but our photo mats are going to go here, so it works out perfect. So this is going to go about here. Just make sure that you cover up your line right here. And this one will go right next to it, but it's going to go down further. Like so. Okay. Now you also have a square piece of wild wheat, and we have the sticker here. It says enjoying the moment, and I just wanted a really thin, this one was cut a little bit small, but I wanted just a really thin border of wild wheat. I'll blame it on the husband. He didn't cut it right. So there we go. That's going to go here. He was helping me cut last night, and he probably couldn't tell that it was only 1/8 of an inch border. he's a little bit colorblind, so sometimes he can't see all of this color coming through. Okay, and then we're going to bring in a butterfly. And we're going to Wink of Stella this one up. I had a piece of paper, scratch paper. Here we go. I will use this one. And we're going to Stella our butterfly. And then, yes, of course, I'm going to pop up my butterfly. And what I do to pop up my butterfly is you have kind of this solid strip of on the edge here. And I just cut a little thin strip. On the edges and just put it in a few spots. The sun is coming through, and it's coming right through the window just a little bit. She has part of the blind not all the way down, and it's just coming through and getting in my sight. But I won't complain about it because this time of year we don't get a whole lot of sunshine, so I'm not going to complain. I just have to keep moving my head in the right direction. Okay, so that's all you have to do. If you want to pop these up, just take that little edge so like that. And then of course we've got our flowers again, so we're going to roll them in some ink. Looks like I'm missing some flowers, but we'll work with what we have. They're probably at the bottom of my bag here. And just be careful when you do tear these, because if you don't break up the fibers enough, sometimes it just wants to tear. So just make sure that when you do this, that you do it slowly. I'm gonna have inky fingers too. Here you go. You guys can't even see what I'm doing. That's all I'm doing, is I'm just taking and I'm rolling. I'm not looking for perfection. I just want to see some of that color coming through on the edges. See, I just stuck my finger. Not giving you guys anything bad here. Just showing you my inky fingers. So tell me something good. It's Friday. Give me something exciting. We're on here a long time tonight. And sometimes I only put 2 flowers together. Sometimes I put all 3. Bring in our chipboard again. Bring in this little rose here. And we'll bring this one in. And this one. And don't forget, you can color these, you can add Stella to them. Take these pages and make them your own. These are so pretty. I really like these. And I like that they're thicker, so it really helps them stand out a little bit. Okay. Bring that there. This is kind of just going around the corner here. And then we've got this pretty little rose that we'll tuck in. Do the same on this side. Add gems. And then I'm going to add some to the body of our butterfly. Help them stand out just a little bit. There you go. Okay, now you need to bring in your sticker sheet again. And I decided, loving this and enjoying the moment, and you could put where you are or whatever. And we're going to tuck that up here. Like that. And then we've got these 3 little banners here. I'm going to add some dimension by popping them up in different spots. Because I feel like that's what banners do. So I'm going to put this one flush. On the top. And then I'm just kind of layering these on top of each other and putting them at different lengths. So I'm going to put this one a little bit higher and this one kind of in the center of them both and higher. So just like that. Flip it over and cut off the excess. Try not cutting your peacock paper like I just did. So there you go. Our page number 2 done. These next couple of pages are fairly easy. Here's a piece of the DSP that was in this kit. And remember that page that I showed you earlier that had like a frame in it? So we're going to pop this out. So we're going to use this piece first. And I have a strip of DSP, a mat, so when I put this piece of DSP on, I'm actually not going to put it quite flush with the bottom because that border on the bottom comes up a little higher. I'm just going to put my frame over it quickly just to make sure that I've got it where I need it to be. So you can press this down. Then I'm just going to take a piece of this ribbon, and I don't need it to go all the way to the edge because our edge is covered. So I'll put that along the seam here. And I have tear tape around here somewhere, buried underneath all of my things. Does anyone see it? anyone. Oh, here it is. And then just smooth it out and tape it on the other side, and no one's going to see this because it's covered by that border. Oops. This piece is a little fragile. So this is what I was talking about before when you saw, they tell you actually what project they go to. So on the back of these pieces here, it'll tell you if it goes to which layout that Stampin' Up! Created. And even if you're not a scrapbooker, please, please, please don't think you can't use these kits. And I'll show you with the 5 cards. I create 5 cards with every one of these kits, but you could probably create 40 cards. Ooh. With one of these kits. If you didn't want to make scrapbook pages, you could easily create a boatload of cards. Okay, so now we've got this piece adhered. We've got a piece of peacock. Sorry if you guys keep hearing my phone buzz. It's on silent, but the vibrate is on. So my messages are still coming through. Just in case Chris has to 911 me, the children are in the home loving some kitty cats right now. They're getting their fill of kitty love, and the kitties are probably getting spoiled right now. Or they're being annoyed because they don't know what to do with these children. So there is this tag already in that die cut sheet. And then we have some of these leaves. I'm going to take 2 of these leaves out. Now, one nice thing you could do, I haven't done it yet, but I always think I'm going to do it, is you could save these sheets and use them as stencils. The same with the chipboard too. Any of those images you could use as a stencil to create a cool background. So they're either in there driving cats crazy, or the cats are loving the attention, or they're driving Chris crazy. But Dad will be here to rescue pretty soon, so all will be good. There we go. So we put that in the center there. And where's my little sheet here? I'll use this for my Wink of Stella here. And I need some of those chipboard leaves. Maybe I pulled some off already. I do like the chipboard too, Janelle. I think they're just really, I don't know. I like that they're thicker, not as, you know, kind of, I'm always afraid I'm going to rip these, and these are just really nice and sturdy. And considering, you know, these little stems here are pretty fragile, but they pop out really, really nice. Have you created with this kit yet, Janelle? Oh, I hear someone. Who's my visitor? Oh, that sounds like my husband. Those sound like work boots coming in.
Yep.
Yep, it's the husband. I think the kids are in playing with kitties.
Okay.
So,
Have fun.
okay, see you later. There's probably going to be some whining. I don't want to go. I want to play with kitties. That, or they're starving and they're ready to go because they're starving. I don't know about anybody else, but I don't know if kids, grandkids. My kids come home from school and they are just starving Marvins. Janelle, you don't have this one. Well, maybe you need to put this one on the list. Nancy, I will let Glenn know that you said hello. Okay, so we have these pieces here. And I just pop up some of the leaves, not all of them, because that's just what I do. I know you guys can probably like, here she goes again with dimensionals. Now, I will tell you a little trick, because you can really go through dimensionals when you are scrapbooking. You can always use fun foam. You can get that at any craft store. So looks like this, but they come in sheets of, I don't think they come in quite an 8.5 by 11 sheet. Maybe they are. I feel like they're a little bit smaller than that. And just like this in different colors. They have all sorts of bold colors. I've used it a lot over the years for kids' crafts and things like that. And sometimes I do that when I'm scrapbooking. Oh, you got your bee kit in the mail. I'm so excited. You will definitely have to post pictures of what you do with your kit. Okay, that's okay. So that flower's gonna go there. I feel like I just lost some flowers here. 1, 2, 3. I need one more. Oh, here it is. Yes, I did put this in the wrong spot. I didn't want 2 Lost Lagoons together. The Lost Lagoon one will go up here. And we will put the Pretty Peacock one down here. Next month's kit that we'll be working with will be the Storybook Gardens kit with the little storybook animals. So I'm excited to play with that one. And our scrapbook page for this month, we'll be using that. So we'll be using the storybook quite a bit. But I felt like with Easter coming up, that'd be a fun set to use. Hi, Rosie. You have a surprise tonight. You don't have Christine. She was on earlier, but you have Gina tonight with you. So welcome. Tonight is the scrapbook and card workshop using the Everyday You and Me. Nancy, have I done the heirloom arrangements kit? No, I haven't. Is that the newest one that they just came out with the butterflies? And let me know if that's the one, because I think Kelly did it and it was so pretty, and then I said, oh, I think I need to have that. So that might be on my list. Have you played with that one yet? And of course, add your gems. And for some reason, and maybe it's just the way I'm grabbing them, these gems don't want to come off with the sticky on the back. So sometimes you just have to press them back down on there, give them a firm pinch, and get that glue dot on there. So page number 3, right? We're on number 3. All right, we're rocking. It's only 5 o'clock, so we're doing pretty good. You just got it. I can't keep up, guys. There's so many wonderful products out there. And of course, I got to have it all, but I barely get designed for the month. Okay, so this is that other piece that came out of that last one. So this is the inside. We use the frame, so we'll lay this down. Yeah, I thought that kit was so pretty. Now, are you going to make the kit as it is, or are you going to do alternatives to it? So we laid that down. I have 4x4 mats to go down. And you guys often find that I do mat my photos. That's just something I like to do. When I actually have the photos that I want to use in the kit, I may not mat them in squares or rectangles. I may just mat an edge of the photo or something like that. But I do like to have something usually that kind of just says, I shouldn't say just says, but something that kind of helps the picture pop a little bit, I guess is what I'm saying. Do you guys like to have mats for your photos, or do you prefer to just put your photos on your pages? So you probably stick with the kit the way it is then. I have to say, the kit itself is just beautiful, just the way it is. But I never like to follow the rules as far as this stuff goes. So I'm always doing alternatives. When Chris and I would design together, it was kind of the running joke was that Chris would always have everything was straight. And I do that a lot now too. I think just habits, you know, we stamped a long time together. And so I just kind of started doing that, but I used to offset things all the time, and she'd be like, what are you doing? And she goes, yep, that's your way. We're showing them alternatives, and this is my way. So I'd always make mine slightly different from hers. So now we're popping out 2 of these floral images. And I forgot my pretty peacock brush. So we won't be doing that except for one of these centers. And I think, so that circle that we took apart before, here's your circle. Let's see which one I'm going to use. I'm going to use this one. And what I did is I took a sponge with my, not my sponge, my blending brush, and I actually added some more color to the floral around this part. So I took my pretty peacock and added some more, and then I added more color to the center, but I forgot that brush, so we won't be doing that. But one other thing I will be doing to give your flowers some dimension, and you have to be careful because you don't want to rip your florals, but I am just taking my bone folder and lightly curling my edges down this way, and then I'm going to do it the opposite direction with the other flower. Oh, that sunshine feels so good. And then I offset how the petals are. So the petals are sitting inside. Janelle, you love mats and layers. I do too. Both my cards, both my scrapbooking pages, I love to add layers. And that's why you guys see me use so many dimensionals when I scrapbook, is because I love the layers. Oops, I thought it was stuck. So here we go. So there we've made our little floral arrangement to go in the corner here. And I've got glue everywhere. So I'll add a few dimensionals. And this flower, oh, I used the bigger flower on this one, oops. So this one's gonna take up a little bit of your photo. So there's 3 florals in here. I used the really big one and the medium one, where in my original layout, so you guys can see, I used the 2 smaller ones, but that's okay. But you can see the difference between my 2 flowers. This one I added that peacock, so I sponged more peacock on it, so it just helps it pop just a little bit more. And then I had a little more peacock on the center of my floral image too. And then I'm going to bring in 2 leaves. We'll just kind of tuck them in. So this page, super easy. There we go. Page number 4 is done. Okay, now you need another piece of, we're using that beautiful pretty peacock 2-tone paper. We've got some 3x4 mats. Some more of our pretty flowers here. Some beautiful DSP. I love the DSP in this kit, you guys. Beautiful DSP. Okay. So first thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna bring in my trimmer just so the banner on my end is in the center. You don't have to do this. You could just eyeball it and be free, but I feel like this is a really big piece, and if it's really off center, it'll look weird. So all I'm doing, I don't have enough camera space here, but this is a 4-inch piece here. I'm gonna go at the 2-inch mark like this. And I'm just gonna put a little cut. So I probably did an inch cut right there. Okay. And then you'll take your scissors and you could go right from the corner. I like to go up just a little bit and cut to the center on both sides. And that is how you do your banner. I'm going to take a little bit more. I made this look really, I did not cut this very good. Just keep making my banner shorter and shorter. All right, we're done. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. But what I also did with this is I felt like when you put these 2 pieces of DSP together like this, I do feel that the colors, they kind of blend together a little bit. So what I wanted to do was not have them blend so much. And you could take wild wheat, but I actually brought in pecan pie. Pecan pie, I feel like, is accented in this set a little bit here and there. So I'm going to take my pecan pie and just go on the edges. And I feel like that helps this piece just stand out a little bit more. There we go. So just that little bit of ink, and it's kind of crazy. They're really two different colors, but this pecan pie looks really pretty on this wild wheat paper. Okay. Set that off to the side. I'm going to flip it like this, and I want to leave just a little bit more space towards the bottom than the top. And sometimes I do like to hold my paper up versus just flat. I feel like I can tell if my paper is straight easier when I hold it up than when it's just laying flat. So do you see how that piece just kind of pops up just a little bit more from this paper? So I feel like it gives it a little bit more division. And I'm just going to pop up the bottom part here and the top part. I'm leaving about, I would say, like maybe 1.5 inches over this way. There you go. So just like that. Then you're going to have your matte pieces here. And I'm just going to kind of angle them. This one's going to be a little more straight. So these two are going to be a little more angled. This one's going to be a little more straight. So just like that. Janelle, does that help you? Do you lift your paper up too? I just feel like sometimes there's so much paper and it looks straight right here, but then sometimes when I look in the camera and I see it on the camera, I go, oh, that looks crooked. So when I hold it up, that just helps me see it, I guess, in a different view. I oftentimes, when I'm designing cards and I'm unsure of, let's say, what colors I want, you know, as far as my card base, my mat, my things like that, what I will do is take pictures of both of those, because I feel like you get a different view looking at your pictures when you're looking at your cards when they're right in front of you, versus I take a picture of each one, and then on my camera I can, and I just do it with my phone, I can look at them kind of side by side and see which one I like just a little bit better. I do that a lot when I am creating and I'm unsure of kind of how I want my colors to play out, and that helps me a lot decide that, seeing it in a different light. There we go. So now we have our photos on. We've got more of our flowers here. I feel like I'm missing a few. I could be. Anyways, bring in some more of those leaves. What I use? I use more of the open leaves. So I use this one. Right here. And I used one of these. And this one. Okay. So let's get our stickers. So there is the sticker right here that you can use for journaling. How many of you journal when you scrapbook? And do you do a lot of journaling, or do you just kind of put dates and things like that? Just curious what you guys do. I'm gonna move this up just a little bit. I tend to not do a lot of journaling. I tend to, the place, the date, maybe if the kids said something funny, or more just what is the date, maybe, you know, maybe how old the kids were and where the place was. But I know some people kind of almost just, they almost write a story with theirs. And that strip I was supposed to use again, you guys. So let's see if I can get this on here. So remember I cut that strip? I seem to be forgetting that this time. Good idea, Polly. You don't always journal, but you try to at least get dates. And I think dates are probably most important, and along with maybe who's in the pictures. That's something I have found, like with my parents, that when my uncle passed away, we were going through photos, and my mom has all these photos of people and places, and oh, I can get this sticker up. Look at that. But she didn't always remember who everyone was. So, you know, that's the unfortunate part, is unless you know who they are, if they're family or friends or whatever, kind of hard to pass that on to the generations. I know my dad's family didn't have a lot of pictures. My grandma died when my dad was fairly young, and and my aunt has passed away too, and she had all the family photos, and I don't know how well any of them are documented, and they're all just sitting in, my cousins have them all sitting just in a storage unit. But you know, there's a lot of pictures. I don't have a lot of pictures of my dad per se growing up and stuff, so you know, I won't necessarily know, well, you know, who's in these photos and who's not in these photos. So it's always nice to document who's in the photos, and you know, whether they're maybe a great grandparent or something like that. Just to have reference. I feel like those are the most important things when scrapbooking is to add things like that, dates, and it's always fun looking back. And like I said, my dad didn't have a lot of photos of himself or his family at all kind of growing up when he was young, and I actually saw a first picture of my dad as a youth. I've only ever seen a picture of my dad, like his senior picture, but I never saw anything younger. And there was a picture at my aunt's funeral, and it was the first time I got to see my dad as a youth. So I just think that that's always interesting, and it's always fun to look back and see as youth, you know, kind of in family traits and stuff, and to see, sometimes you, like my oldest son is 100% spitting image of his dad, and I forgot to ink up these flowers. I got talking with my stuff, but you can see the difference from, like, let's say this wheat. Just adding that ink really helps those flowers pop. But anyways, I don't know where I was going with my story. Oh, you know, you can, it's nice to pull those pictures out and see family resemblances and things like that. Like I said, my oldest son is 100% spit and image of his father. My husband cannot deny that that is his child in any way. So he came out and we're all like, oh man, he looks like Glenn. And even as he's growing older, he has his dad's personality, his love of cars, all of those things. I think since he was 2 is when the movie Cars came out, and he's been obsessed with cars since he was that little. So it's just fun to see those things. Okay, so we've got our flower there, and I'm tucking another leaf over here. And sometimes I can't talk and stamp at the same time. Like some people can't chew gum, right? Some people can't chew gum and walk at the same time. I get like that sometimes when I'm talking here. And then we'll bring in a butterfly. And I'm just going to take that ink and sponge up. That's the nice thing about these butterflies, is you can make them any color to coordinate with your project. Just be careful when you do these, especially like the little antennas, they're a little bit fragile. Look at that. Okay, so put that aside. Put our butterfly. I'll just glue this butterfly. And pop him in right there. And then we have, where is it? This little sticker here called Dream. And I'm going to bring in some more of that pretty peacock ribbon. I think this goes great with this set. That little pop of gold in here with that wheat looks so pretty. So what's on the meal plan for tonight? What's everyone eating for dinner? Husband's in charge tonight, so I have no clue what's happening at my house. Oops. So we'll pop that right up through here. And then we're going to bring in a few of those chipboard hearts. And there is another little sticker in here that says the best of times. Janelle, you never cut up the original photo. Always make copies. Oh, there you go. That's a good idea too. I know sometimes it is hard, just like with our DSP, it's hard to cut up our photos because, you know, you don't want to lose anything from the photos sometimes, is to go and make copies. That is very true, and it's very helpful to do that. So we're just going to put this over here off to the side, the best of times, and then let's grab some of these hearts here. And when you're all done with this, you will have plenty of these left over to make more projects. Hi, Mary. There we go. And then finish up with your gems. There we go. Page number 5. We're going to be on our last page. There we go. Okay. One final piece of Lost Lagoon. And, you know, and these kits come with these nice bags. Save these bags. They're great to store either scraps in or DSP, or you'll find a purpose, I promise. Okay, so you got your 12 by 12 peacock. I cut a huge mat out. Now you could take and cut the inside out to paper save, but I'm just going to place this on here like so. There we go. Okay, ooh, I sent things flying just a little bit here. Okay, once again, slightly more on the bottom than on the top, just slightly. There we go. Now we have a strip of DSP. I'll banner those ends. Once again, just cut up the middle and bring it in from edge to edge. keep popping. And just double check I don't think it really matters, I flipped it around, but just make sure your DSP is going in the direction that you want. And again, we have the sticker here. I'm going to cut off because it's one large sticker, so I'm just going to cut off the wild wheat part. And I'll maybe get the backing off. Try the other side. Well, goodness. There we go. I'm going to cut a chunk off, actually, to make it shorter. No rhyme or reason as to how much. Banner those ends also. I just want it shorter than my other banner piece. Wow, that was a bad banner end, guys. Look at that. Oh my, doesn't even look like a banner. We'll try it again. I'll try this time. That looks better. Whew. And that'll go in the middle of this. And then those flowers that we used before, the little daisies, we're going to bring that final flower in. I got a hot mess going on over here. I guess I didn't pay attention. You want your larger, we'll see if this works. You want your larger daisy for this page. You don't want to use the smaller one because you're going to put this circle, a little journal circle. I thought this would be a cute center. Oh, you can see it just a little bit. You don't see it as much as this one. It looks better on this one. Like that. Okay. So we're just not going to have as much of a daisy look to this one. Looks more like a sunshine. Place that there, and then there is the sticker here. And then I have a piece of another circle. And for those of you who are just tuning in, what we've done with the flowers here is I've given them, it's called the suede look. And what we're doing with our bone folder is curling our paper, but we're breaking up the paper fibers. So doing it on one side and then flipping it over and doing it on the other side. Okay. And this allows your paper, you guys are not going to be able to tell, but I brought my finger up here close, that maybe the paper actually separates. And if you get your fingernails in there, and if you guys can see, you can separate it. And then you get this kind of felted look to it. instead of it being shiny, you've got that fuzzy suede look to it. And then I have been dipping all my edges just to give it some texture. And our circle is going to go right on the center like that. And I forgot my white mat, so you're going to have two 4x4 white mats that go here and here. And I will use this one. Here's our beautiful, a little bit different one. We haven't used this one. More of a leaf with flowers on it, where we've used more just the leaf ones. That's going to go right up here, like so, and then we're going to bring in our flowers. Now remember, I have taken and I've tore them all apart already. And I'm just rolling my edges. You could take a sponge or your blending brushes and do that on the edges, but I find it's just as easy. It might be messier to do it this way, but I find it's just as easy to just kind of dip them in there like that. And like I said, I'm not going for a perfect. I feel like this is kind of a rustic look that we're doing here. And like I said, use liquid glue versus glue dots. They adhere better this way. And I just put them down. However, I'm not looking them to follow a certain pattern or anything like that. Ooh, you had fish for dinner tonight, Janelle. Well, that's what my family should have. We have some shrimp in the freezer. Shrimp and fries sound good. Now that it is Lent. I love going out for a good fish fry. I like to get perch when I go out. Okay, so we have that there. And then we got Pure Sweetness. Another little label. It's so nice to see the sunny skies still at 6 o'clock in the evening. And don't forget, this weekend we are turning our clocks ahead. We're gonna lose an hour. I don't appreciate that. I've got a busy weekend and I need every hour. So we're gonna tuck that up here and bring in another butterfly. And I think I'm gonna leave it white. This one I actually colored in my other layout, but I'm actually gonna just maybe leave this one white once. You don't have to be Catholic yet, no, to love fish. Nothing wrong with that at all. I have to say, my husband makes a really good, like, a poor man's, like, cod. He bakes that in the oven with lots of butter and some, I think, paprika and another seasoning, and it's always really good. So there we go. We have our layouts done. Woo! So simple, pretty. Like I said, you're going to have 4x4 mats here. I obviously did not cut those, so I'll have to remember. Good thing I didn't ship out kits yet. It's always a good way to find out where my mistakes are, is when I make the kit again and realize I'm missing pieces. Okay, on to our 5 cards. Got some beautiful cards for you guys. Let's see which one I pull out first. Will be this one right here. So we've cut this, I believe this is, don't quote me on this, I think it's 7.5, and then you end up with 2 3-inch sections and then your 1-inch section over here. Okay, so as always, one thing Christine always taught me, save your paper. We're going to cover this up with DSP, so you don't even know. So it's a great way to paper save. Oops. So layer those, and this is going to go on the front of your card. And don't forget, I didn't do it yet, but don't forget to burnish your edges. See how much my card pops up? That's a great thing about taking your bone folder and folding it on the score line. Look how much better that stays down. Before it wanted to pop up like this, and now that I burnished those edges, it stays down so much better. Okay, and then you have another piece of peacock with some striped DSP. Or you could use the floral if you prefer the floral. And that's going to go on this inside panel. So time for some stamping. So we're going to bring in that stamp set that coordinates with this. And we have so much joy. There we go. And then the inside, we're going to put happy birthday. I'm bringing in beautiful butterflies for that. Maybe not. I think it might be on a block at home. So maybe we won't be putting that one on there. But I have happy birthday from this one. This is Unbound Love. So we'll just put in this happy birthday. And I'm going to bring, oh, here's my stamp. It fell off a block. Well, at least I did not lose my stamp. I lost a stamp here about a couple weeks ago. or last month sometime anyways. And Christine found it. I didn't even know I lost it. She found it. She set it aside for me. But by the time I got back here and remembered it, it disappeared again. So we're thinking maybe one of the cats was the culprit. Like it got stuck to their paws or something. And it's been MIA since. So I keep hoping it might just reappear. But you never know. So what I've done with all of these cards. So we have all of these stickers yet, and you know, so you can add these anywhere. There's another nice sentiment, my happy place, lots of different things. So what I did for the inside of my cards is I'm just taking these little stickers here and putting them on the bottom on the inside of my card like that. Now you could also use one of these for the outside of your envelope also. Like I said, there is a lot of paper, and so you're going to have both you're going to have a sheet of, looks like I got Pretty Peacock left, and a sheet of Lost Lagoon two-tone left over. Plus you're going to have leftover DSP, you're going to have stickers, more of the chipboard. So lots of things are going to be left over from your pack for you to create more stuff with. And then I brought in some of this wild wheat jute. I have some of this to use up, so I thought this would be perfect. And this is a little bit thicker, so I'll actually put, excuse me, tear tape down, and then I'll lay some tear tape over the top of it, just because this is much thicker than normal ribbon. So I'll just leave an edge out like that. Place a little loop, so I'm just going back and forth. And it wants to curl up on me, so that's where I'll add that extra tear tape in. To try to hold it down. There we go. And I will add a few extra dimensionals. The middle will be popped up because this jute is thick, but okay. Then you can place this on top of your peacock label like that. And then I will only put adhesive on this side so that it does not show through. And that's why I also did my ribbon the way I did. Instead of having it looped back and forth on this side, I did it in between the labels so that when you open up your card, you don't see that twine or adhesive going back and forth on your card. It's a little sneaky way of hiding it. So it's going to overlap over your card here. And then I'm going to bring in one of these roses and a couple of leaves to put on our card. And of course, what are we gonna do but stella it up? And then we're going to tuck it just a little bit underneath our label. In that corner. And the same with our little leaf here. I don't know about many of you, but I feel like they should add some chipboard into the catalog. Just saying, I really like it. We'll add a few gems. I really like these gems. They're really, really pretty. And there you go. Card number 1 done. All right, next. We have a pretty peacock base here, so it must be this card. And this is fun. This is a way to show you guys how to use, oh no, I didn't bring a piece. Ugh. I forgot to die cut a piece, guys. Note to self. Anyways, I forgot to cut out this banner piece. So I need to cut this banner piece out. But you guys will get the whole idea here. So what I have, you're going to have 2 pieces of white in your kit, but one is smaller than the other. Okay, you want the smaller one. And we have our 2-tone DSP, right? And with our 2-tone DSP, one side is light and one side is dark. So there you can see the difference with Lost Lagoon. And then I'm going to bring in, this is my light side of my pretty peacock. And this is the dark side. So I'm going to adhere these to my white piece. Start at the top. So this white piece is just to use as a guide to help you get your layers on straight. And even. Well, hello from the UK. Welcome. Do you say it Zana or do you say it Zana? I know it's probably hard to tell me to type that. Very pretty name, very unique. Okay, so now we've got our different layers here. Oops. So this is one technique back in December that I used to do an ombre look, and it's a little bit longer than my piece here, but that's okay. You could always cut the excess off, but I'm going to leave it. They had, I forget which kit it was, but in one of the kits of multi-packs of paper that they had the 2-tone in, there was Calypso, no, Pretty, not Pretty in Pink, but Petal Pink. Like, why can't I think of it? So they had Petal Pink and Poppy Parade, and I did an ombre, and then I put some white snowflakes on there. It was really, really pretty. Okay, so now we're gonna bring in our embossing machine here. And this one I used the plaid folder, but I just grabbed a folder that I had because I was in a hurry to get here. So I grabbed this one here. I forget what this one's called, if it's the crochet or lace or... Okay, so when you get this kit, you'll have to cut your own strips of Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock. And once you cut your strips in that, use any folder you have at home. Put it inside your embossing folder. Any one of your favorites. And run it through your machine with the handle facing you, because it'll be so much easier that way. Okay. So here's our piece. And it looks cool like this. I like this look, but I feel like we had to do something fun with this, right? Because we had two-tone paper. So this is what I use to sand my DSP to get that white core to come through. This is just a buffing block that you would use for your nails. I buy them in a big pack at my beauty supply store. So this is what I use. I feel like holding this block is easier than holding a piece of sandpaper. And then your pressure is a little more even. So I'm just going to take really lightly and go over the top of this and watch the magic happen. Da, 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 da. Look at that. Just like that. Just a real light pressure. And look what that does to your cardstock. Isn't this cool? There you go. That's all you have to do. And look how it made that core come through. So a fun way, besides tearing it, to use your two-tone paper. So now we have a piece of that wild wheat. We'll put that over the top of that. And I guess I won't be showing you this whole card because I forgot pieces. That is one thing that was nice, that once Christine built the hive and to have classes here, oftentimes when we were doing classes together, we'd be at a restaurant, or we did some at our local mall when there was a mall, and we were constantly calling Glenn. Thank goodness for Glenn. Glenn, we forgot this or we forgot that, and he'd have to come and run over and save us so we could continue on with class. Or I would leave and go get stuff and come back. So, you know, it's the name of the game there. Happens. Okay, so we'll stamp her inside again and do the same as we did before. I guess I'm not going real big outside of the box here with the inside. So we'll stamp our happy birthday. And we'll add another one of those cute little stickers. So that's our inside. I'll bring the finished card in. Okay, so this is a card. So we got two different embossing folders. I did the plaid here, and like I said, I don't remember if this is the crochet one or lace. I don't know. So That's what you can do, an option besides tearing. So then I have this banner piece. You would lay that banner piece down. This piece here comes in this sheet. So it's just one of these pop-outs right here. And I stamped friend on there. I think I would add hello just to fill the white space a little bit. Added the ribbon just like we did with the previous card, or I should say the jute on behind, and I added one of those chipboard flowers over here. And that's all you need with some gems to complete this card. Okay, this card here, we are using, so we're making this one here. Isn't this gorgeous? Ah. Burnish your edges here. Here is our inside piece, and we did not waste any paper here. I did really good thinking about this beforehand. So we cut our arch out of our mat. So now we can put our piece of DSP down. You could pick either one of the DSPs. I was originally going to use the striped DSP for this card, but then I flipped it over and I'm like, ooh, I like this one. So that's going to go on your pretty peacock mat. And then I cut my flowers out of my arch already. And then this is out of the DSP. And just like we did on all of our scrapbook pages, I did that suede technique on all these flowers. And this arch is going to go slightly more to the right than to the left. Okay, and we'll ready to adhere this. Isn't this pretty? Ah, both sides are just so pretty. Okay, so we've got that on our card base here. We've got to dip our flowers. See, this is where I look and I go, my arch looks crooked the way I had it laying down, but I think it's on there straight. So what do we have? Peacock and wild wheat. And like I did with all the other ones, I'm just rolling it in the color, making a mess all over my hands. And I'm not looking, like I said, for a specific, not looking necessarily for evenness or anything like that. I feel like when doing the flowers like this, you're getting more of a rustic, country look to it. And I am just going to crumple them up just to give them a little more texture. Anyone got any big plans? No one mentioned anything. Anything fun and exciting? It looks like the weather is going to actually be pretty nice here in Wisconsin. The other day when I was here on a Monday, it was raining and then it started to snow, like clumps of snow, and then it turned into a regular, snowfall. So it was quite an interesting day, which turned into some slicker roads a little later on in the day when the weather temperature went down in the evening. So you pull 2 of those leaves out of your chipboard. And kind of following the arch here, just lay them down. And then bring in your dimensionals. And now today was a beautiful day, and I think on Sunday it's supposed to be like 51 degrees and 60s on Monday. And then it looks like we're gonna have some great weather when we are on stage in Raleigh. I think we saw some 70s, and I think we're gonna have to pack some shorts for that trip. So we'll put this one here. And this one over here. We're gonna bring our butterfly in, and I'm gonna pop them up on this card. So I'm just cutting a strip on the edge of my dimensional sheet. Anyone watch any good TV shows lately? I think we have Netflix and Hulu and Disney. Anyone have any shows that they're into? Ooh, Janelle, your grandson has his last wrestling meet on Saturday. It's about an hour away, so that'll take up your day. That sounds like a good time. How old is your grandson? I get it. I definitely know how those things can take up the day. We are in the heat of our robotics season, so we spend every Saturday there all day. And then this Sunday, Bella has a all school district 5th through 12th grade orchestra program, and so they spend the day having different rehearsals and stuff, and then there'll be a big performance that evening. So I can totally get how all of a sudden your weekend can be gone when you have events like that. Oh, and you were even smart and took a paper pumpkin with you last time. That's awesome. So this is one of the sticker labels. It says a special day. And I'm just gonna put that on a piece of ribbon. That's what I should do if I have some downtime on Sunday, because I will be at the event most of the day also, where we volunteer to help set up in the morning, and then they did a candy bar / coffee fundraiser earlier this month, and that came in, and I volunteered to help go through all of the candy bars. I can't even imagine. Bella did really well selling candy bars. She's like she's my girl, man. She can rock a sale like no tomorrow. When she was little and we'd have rummage sales, she would do lemonade stands. She loved to do a lemonade stand. And so you're just going to tuck this down through here. And she would just walk up to anybody. And if you know, a lot of times the husbands will come along with the wife, but they'll stay in the car and the wife goes and does her shopping. Bella would just go up to the car and be like, can I bring you a nice ice cold glass of lemonade? And people would just give that girl money like no tomorrow. They wouldn't even want the lemonade sometimes. They would just tell her she's cute and give her $5. I'm like, ugh. Sometimes she made more than I did at the rummage sale. So she definitely rocked her. I think we've got over 200 bars coming our way. So a lot of the local girls here that stamp with us, a lot of them purchased some candy bars from her. So thank you to all of you who helped with that. So with that fundraiser, so just add some gems on here, add your wink of Stella. That's all you need to do for that card along with your inside. And I'm going to do happy birthday, but I'll bring you that other happy birthday. She is really hoping next year she will be a senior, and she is really hoping for her senior year that she, her choir, she was a little upset this year. Her orchestra program was going to Spain this summer for the trip, but that wasn't in the budget. So she's really working hard to save money to go on the choir trip next year. And they just found out this week that they're going to Hawaii. So she really, really wants to do that. Okay, so we have happy birthday on there. And we'll put our little stickers. And I think this mom is hoping to go to Hawaii with her. We'll see when on stage is next year, or what they do for on stage. I don't know if they'll even have, they've changed things up over the year. Oh, I just smudged my ink, or I had ink on my finger. I'm gonna have to use my eraser when I get home to remove that ink. Okay, card number 3 done. Are you guys sick of these colors yet? I'm not. I really like this color combination. I'll wipe my fingers off. I got some green and gold fingers. Go Pack Go. I need to have blue and gold now because it's the Brewers now. So we're in Brewer season. Okay, so we had 2 more cards left. Look at this card here. We're going to do a nice, just basic Z fold. So we've got our Lost Lagoon, scored at 5.5, and then scored at 2 3/4. And I used, there was a sticker tag and it says nothing but smiles. So I'm using that. I'm going to leave this blank on the inside. I'm not sure what I want to do. I will put a little rose in the center. Mary, you love this color combination too. I do too. And I feel like it can be spring into summer or into fall. Like, I feel like this is a really kind of all season. I mean, this could be Christmas too, but definitely have a good combination going on here. And don't forget wild wheat along with, let's see, what do we got? Moody Mauve, Copper Clay, Pebbled Path, Wild Wheat. Am I missing a color? I feel like I'm missing a color. Boho Blue, right? Those colors will all be retiring come May. And what happens every single year is about, we're kind of at that point already where all of a sudden we're going to start seeing this stuff sell out. So if you have a favorite color in the In Color collection, now is the time to stock up. Or if you need re-inkers, any of that, this is the time to stock up before they are gone, because most of the time these colors sell out before we get to the new catalog transition. So just be aware of that. And also, Stampin' Up! Announced this week that with the new catalog, so coming in May, we're going to see a price increase. So if there's any cardstock or anything that you are needing, or you've got some favorite colors, they are jumping up in price. I believe we're at $11.25 right now for a 24 pack, and it's going to go up to $14, which, you know, we're going to see price increase. We see it everywhere. We see it at the grocery store, we see it at the gas station, our clothes, everywhere. So that's typical. The one thing that is kind of taking a hard hit is they will be changing our white count. Our white packs of DSP, or not DSP, cardstock, come in a pack of 40, and they will no longer be available in a pack of 40 moving forward into the new catalog. They will be offered in a 24 pack. So now is also a good time to stock up before the price increase and before you can't get 40 sheets and you only get 24. Okay, so I had that piece of peacock. Our inside white went on top. I have another piece of peacock layer with our DSP. Another piece of peacock. We're going to use the floral DSP. So we're just layering all of our mats here. And remember, you only want to place adhesive on the one side, not on both sides. And then we center this. Make sure you kind of have even on this side and tops and bottoms. There we go. We're going to bring in our butterfly, our final butterfly. So in your kit, or in your additional kit, I provide this. So I provide you with the card bases, the white pieces, your mats. The only thing that you will need to provide out of your kit then is you will need to cut your DSP. That will come out of your kit. Okay. So we're going to add some wild wheat to our butterfly. Now I'm not sure what kind of paper these butterflies were made out of. So when you use your Wink of Stella, it almost acts like you're adding water to it. So when you, I should just show you guys. I will show you. This actually will take and spread your color around and give it more of a, I don't want to say a watercolor look, but you do get that. So we'll pick up, there's almost a slipperiness to this, and it'll pick up your ink and move it. So I don't know if you guys can see that. on camera or and always make sure that you wipe off. Oh no, I'm losing Wink of Stella. I squirted too much. Okay. All that valuable glitter. Okay. So just note that when you use your Wink of Stella, it picks up the ink and moves the ink around a lot. So just be careful that you don't remove your ink or do it on top of something and have ink removed. So you have these circles here that you could use in the center of your flowers if you wanted to. I am going to use it for the center of our butterfly. And I am also going to just pop up the top of these wings. So that they look like they're fluttering on the paper. Or I like to think they are anyways. Okay, so this is going to go on the center of your circle. I have a banner piece cut out. Just put some dimensionals here in the center. Center that. I just feel like all you've seen is dimensionals this whole thing. And that will go on the center. Then I'll bring in my sticker that says nothing but smiles. We'll center that in the middle of our butterfly here. And then I'm going to add some little pearls on our butterfly like that. And there we go. So this is card number 4. So pretty. Okay, on to our final card, guys. You guys have hung in here a long time with me. We got missing pieces here. Okay, I've stamped my floral images already. We have 2 pieces of wheat. Our card base is granite. And there is, I guess, a panel piece of cardstock. We're going to use this piece. And you're going to have to trim it down just a little bit to fit on your card right. So you're going to trim this at 5.5. So it just takes off that little bit right there. And we're going to adhere our wild wheat strips to the side, just leaving a slight border on each edge. And if you have a little bit of excess, you can always feel free to cut that off. We're going to bring in our jute again, and we're going to put a strip all the way across the center. Now the nice thing about this jute too, if it's too thick for you and you don't want it that thick, and I know it ties a really thick bow, and I'll actually do that with this card. I didn't do it in the original card, but I'll show you guys what you can do. It's kind of fun to do this. I like to do this once in a while with my ribbon. But you can take a strip of it, bring your bow maker in. Oops. I just need to see how much I need. Okay. And what you can do if you feel this is too bulky for your card is you can untwist it and split it in half. Like that. Then you can make your bow, and then it won't be as bulky. I think I made a smaller bow. I did. I have to say, these bow makers are a lifesaver. Okay, so we have our bow made. Set that aside. We'll stamp the front of our card, and we're going to use Love Every Moment. And Peacock. And I really kind of love that these are large sentiments, yet they still fit on a card. So not only are they good for card making, they're also good for scrapbooking. So now this piece is ready to go on your card base. And I'm just centering it. Down the middle here. We'll pop up some more. And this is going to go in the center. Make sure my card opens the right way and I'm not giving a trick card. That's what I call them when I stamp upside down or glue things upside down. It's a trick card. And I think it might be a trick card because my thing is not on here quite straight. Okay, let's bring in 2 more leaves. You can even put a little heart on here. So I'm going to put one up through here. Janelle, you bought one for a friend and yourself. Best gift ever. So I tend to put my labels down and I like to tuck things in. So you guys often see me do that. I put things down and then I pick up the corners again. Usually I try to make sure my glue dots and stuff aren't on the ends. Then I already stamped 2 flowers. Now I tend to not like the wild wheat stamped in full strength. I feel like the ink pad is has a little more green to it than yellow, but I really like it stamped off. So that's what I did with that. And I kept the Lost Lagoon full strength. So we'll tuck that up through here, and then we'll bring our yellow one, or wild wheat, in through here, and then we'll grab a glue dot for our bow. I'll just kind of tuck that in. Cut your tails off. Like so. Add a few gems. Oops. There we go. And I'm going to leave this one blank too on the inside because I feel like this could be many things. It could be a thank you card, could be a birthday card, could be a congratulations, it could be many things. So I'm actually not going to stamp a sentiment. I've been doing that a lot lately. I don't know why, but I guess I've needed miscellaneous cards. We'll just say it that way. Not necessarily a birthday card. Not sure if I want to write something on the inside. Kind of keeping it open to doing a little bit more with. Okay. Whew. We've been here over 2.5 hours, but we have created so much. So let me bring everything in that we created. We made a lot. We've got 6 layouts, 5 cards in 2.5 hours. Pretty awesome. Now, this kit will be available for 2 weeks. So you have until the 21st to place an order. This is a product-based class, meaning you have to place an order with me in order to get the additional kit. So in your order, you do need to have the workshop kit that you need to have. And then whatever else you need, whether it's adhesive, gems, whatever, cardstock, to fill in that $75. I believe this kit is $40, so I require a $75 order for this kit. Once you place your order, I sign you up, and then you get a bonus kit from me for ordering. So you're gonna get cardstock, you're gonna get gems, you're gonna get ribbon, the butterflies, extra things like that from me. And then I ship that kit off to you, and it's up to you to cut your DSP. You'll get a tutorial. I'm behind on tutorials as always, so you'll get it. I just can't promise quite when, especially when I'm gone for the next kind of 2 weeks pretty much. So let me know by the 21st, place your order by then in order to get this kit, because I won't have a chance to cut this kit until I'm back that week. So like I said, product-based class, so you have to place an order. And you're gonna be able to make the kit like I make the kit like Stampin' Up makes it, or put everything together and make your own kit. So you're gonna be able to create all 5 of these cards. And then all 6 of our layouts. So here's layout 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. And don't forget, I also have, let's see if I can find it here. I've got a hot mess. So much going on here. I have this kit that you can still order too. This kit is $22 plus $6 for shipping. Oops, I got a duplicate here. This is using the new Thankful Garden. So you will also have, those of you who already placed your orders, those kits are ready to go. So I hope to have everything ready to be shipped out Monday. Let's see. Yeah, but if anyone would still like to get these kits, you will have until the 21st to order, because I will not have a chance to cut kits then. Until then, so till that last week of March we're looking at. So the kits probably won't be ready to ship. Plus I have the scrapbook class on the 26th, and I have the morning create class on the 31st. So, and I know sometimes some of you want to do condensed shipping. Let me know. Christine, I do my shipments a little bit different as far as timing goes with Christine, but she will be shipping the beginning of the month, so I may be able to do some coordinating at the end of the month here to get some of those kits shipped out to you guys in April, so we can combine kits together. So reach out if you guys want that. So thank you for spending your Friday evening with me. I know it's probably been a long work week, and you're all tired, so it was probably nice to just chillax and let somebody else design and create. But I appreciate you guys showing up, and thank you so much. And for those of you who will be joining me at On Stage, I look forward to meeting you in person. I'm very excited for that. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. Have a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing so many of you at On Stage. And then I'll be back in 2 weeks, so the end of March, for the month scrapbook class and morning create. So have a great weekend, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.